Good morning. Welcome to week 125. What's on my mind? Inclusivity. Inclusivity will take work. In 2009, I was recently divorced and re-entering the workforce after a 4-year gap. I was grateful to find a flexible retail job that fit my schedule as a mom of twins. My intent at the time was to do my job, get a check, and go home. But that's not how I'm wired. I'm passionate, driven, and determined to do well. Once I learned how this business worked, I found a way to use my creative and cognitive skills to work with our team and significantly boost sales, exceeding the owner's expectations. I proudly asked for raises to compensate for my hard work, and I was grateful that I could do a job I was passionate about with the flexibility to work during daycare hours. Until I wasn't. Despite my ability to drive revenue and manage a team, I was repeatedly passed over for management positions because my responsibilities as a mother prevented me from staying late. And so I left. I recognized the bias in business processes that overlook the needs of working parents, a bias that, regrettably, persists in 2024. This month, I began our curated conversations by asking, is it humanly possible to be unbiased? The answer is yes, but in our conversations, we've learned it's not our default mode. It takes noticing, pausing, consideration, and then taking intentional action to interrupt our automatic response. You don't have to look far to find bias in our news, social media feeds, communities, and beyond. Inclusivity will take work. Brains are wired to be biased, and impactful change will require systematic interruption of unconscious processes to break the biased learning cycle. It's going to take practicing intentional action. The human brain will benefit from noticing our reaction, pausing, and considering what we should do next, just as the power of the pause does. Simple, not easy. Bias will take work. Each brain works differently, and we can enhance collaboration by embracing cognitive diversity, creating safe environments that facilitate fairness, cooperation, social support, and trust will reward the brain. Our brains shape our actions. To foster true change, we must prioritize and practice inclusivity, diversity, and equity in our personal lives and businesses. Making inclusive practices habitual allows us to form new neural pathways that lead to automatic, equitable behaviors. At the human level, we must consider what might be needed and meet them where they are. This month, I've learned that when things get too big and basic human needs are lost, I see human behavior I'm not fond of. It's outside of my values and how I choose to show up in the world. As businesses and organizations grow, I've witnessed them quickly lose touch with meeting individual needs. To quote myself from week 40 of the weekly Mind Sweep, a fundamental difference exists between a network, an audience, and a community. Your network connects you with others. You meet someone who knows someone who might be able to provide you in your efforts. An audience will listen to what you've said. A community will hear it, feel it, understand it, and actively participate in its intentions, values, and goals. The concept of community is holding space for people to listen to their needs, understand their feelings, and come together in a cohesive and powerful way to take action, especially when it comes to pushing against the norm. This isn't just about business, it's about life choices and the less traditional path. It's about values and intentions. It's about supporting people and what that truly means. Sometimes doing things as they've always been done can be valuable until it isn't. Until that moment when we learn something new, we wake up to opportunity and we see there's a better way of doing something. This is all true when we consider inclusivity. Look at how much we've learned together over the last 125 weeks. Let's continue this journey together, making inclusive practices a habit, transforming our communities and businesses. Reflecting on your own experiences, can you identify any biases in the entrepreneurial space or community that need addressing? And what steps do you think can be taken to create a more inclusive environment? What spaces are using the word community, but acting like a network or an audience? I'd love to hear your thoughts.